Good evening and welcome into Lakewood High School as we are getting set for Lakewood and North Royalton to tip off here tonight. And if it feels like Lakewood Sports Channel has been on your TV a few times this week, it's just because this is our fifth broadcast in 5 nights, and there's nowhere we'd rather be in the cold of January than at Lakewood High School calling basketball games. Mike Harper, Grant Graves, Danny Arth behind the camera as Mike Lakewood comes in pretty hot here. We're able to avenge their loss to Holy Name with a win the other night to firmly hold first place in the GLC East. And they had a big win on Senior Day on Saturday against Normandy. So they're feeling good coming into this game and looking to continue it with tournament play coming up.
Yeah, 3 games in 5 days, for the girls. And it's almost like Christmas came again just a month later. This is awesome because we had such a lull, right, through the middle and end of December. So it's really cool to see this, man. Yeah, they've been hot. They played really well on both sides of the floor, you know, and so it's they've got a North Royalton team that's a little inexperienced. I mean, they have 6 seniors, but the core of their real talent is the couple sophomores that they have in Livy Kovac and Brooklyn Gambino.
Sure.
You'll see them rely on them. And you know, a first year coach and Coach Griffin, who's trying to bring in a new culture, his program to it. So it's going to be interesting.
And on the Lakewood side, they are certainly going to be happy to see this part of the schedule pass them by, as this is a makeup game. Monday was a makeup game from snow day and COVID cancellations and whatever you want to put your finger on these days with our disruptions to the athletic schedule. But we're glad to be bringing in North Royalton and Lakewood tonight. We will pause now for the national anthem and starting lineups. As we will get our starters from the PA announcer down there. We'll start off with your Lakewood Rangers, coached by second-year head coach Julie Work. We got Molly Henderson, Sam Hudak, Sydney Hampton, Molly Pilgrim, and Delaney Garcia, a familiar and successful starting 5. And for the North Royalton Bears, coached by Clarence Griffin Jr., you got Jenna Colton, Claire Casey, Livia Kovac, Brooklyn Gambino, and number 34, Nina Kovalak, the guard, rounding out the starting 5. Two teams with not a ton of history, Coach Mike Harper, but could be a historic night for Lakewood as they're looking to get their 12th win here in the regular season. And I don't want to throw you in the time machine too much, but I think you can tell me the last time Lakewood had 12-plus wins in a season.
Yeah, it's been a few years. I think probably a couple years before I stepped down, which would have probably been the 18 class.
18-19 had 13 wins, I believe, and what a year that was. I think I was at most of those games as well, along with you, and sweated them out alongside some of our good friends of the basketball program. But a great accomplishment for the girls coach, and it's been a great season overall so far, as Lakewood has really done a nice job in conference. They've played some tough out-of-conference opponents, but held tough. North Royalton will be a good challenge tonight, but the girls just know their identity. They're consistent. They've built that up from their experience they had on the court last year.
Absolutely. We've seen them grow up, right? I mean, a lot of the close games that they would lose, come up with just a little bit short, not know how to finish. Well, you've taken a core of kids who are, really seeing their first varsity level experience, and now, they had a year of that under their belt, and now they're upperclassmen, and they're winning those games.
It's a little cliche, but the game has slowed down for them, where the no moment is too big, and certainly as
for a varsity player. I think I said it in the last broadcast. If a sophomore gets to play varsity basketball, the difference that you see in them from sophomore to junior years, it's amazing.
Well, we were talking to Molly Henriksen before the game and kind of talking about the year that she's had a little bit. And, it was 20 minutes out from the game, but she's all smiles. She's calm, cool, and collected, right? Where you're a sophomore, if a water bottle falls next to you, you're jumping.
Yeah, Molly Henderson played varsity as a sophomore, too, and she always looked nervous. Just a nervous wreck. But yeah, so
now she's got the defenses looking nervous.
Yeah, she's just a completely different character now. So, yeah, it's absolutely true.
Speaking of completely different, we got some new uniforms tonight, and one of your favorite, my favorite, they got a jump man on them.
That's right, the Jordan collection, huh?
And boy, I don't know.
Looking like North Carolina Tar Heels out here.
I don't know if anybody is going to be able to stand next to Lakewood when it comes to boys and girls uniforms. They are in a class of their own here in Northeast Ohio. As the old adage goes, you look good, you play good. Just a couple minutes away from tip-off here, as we want to thank our sponsor of Lakewood Sports Channel, First Federal of Lakewood, Harrington Moving, Newcastle Roofing, and Journey Basketball Club. The first quarter is brought to you by First Federal of Lakewood, and they are rooted in the communities they serve. They have supported the personal and business banking needs of their customers since 1935. Give them a call or head over to ffl.net today to learn more. Going to the center circle will be Delaney Garcia. As we said, Lakewood in some new uniforms tonight. And they are looking slick. And number 3, Jenna Colton up there for the Bears. This one tipped back, and we will start this one off as Lakewood gains possession. And we're so glad you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Lakewood looking to go for their 12th win of the season as North Royalton comes in for this non-conference matchup on a Wednesday.
I like that. I see the Rangers come out and they go immediately into the post a little bit to see if they can
make it
work.
What a play design there. Set a pick, curl around to Lady Garcia. She'll take that all night. Nice steal there by Henriksen. That ball was floated in the air way too long, and the nice shot fake there got Henriksen a blocking foul and a chance for 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, we talked about Molly Henriksen at the beginning, and it's like it's really funny because as a sophomore, she was always kind of trying to figure out where should she be on the floor. Now she's like a heat-seeking missile out
Absolutely. She waits for no player.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, that is one thing you see Henriksen, and we talked about her evolution a little bit in the pregame, but she's not hesitating anymore. When the ball swings to her and she's open, she shoots. When the ball falls to her and she gets the rebound. She had 7 rebounds the other night against Holy Name. Her rebounding has been fantastic. She pushes the ball in transition. Let's give Lakewood another element.
Absolutely.
Henriksen working there. Looked for Garcia at the elbow. Couldn't get it into the sophomore. The sophomore finally receives it on the dribble handoff. Nice job by North Royalton to tie up there. And they're going to say number 23, Livy Kovac.
Yeah, that's one of that's Coach C.J. Griffin said that's features 2 sophomores, Livy Kovac being one, Gambino being the other one. And so you look to see that those guys will touch the ball and be a big part of the action today.
North Royalton looking to break the press. Henriksen got in the way, and they're going to say it was dribbled out of bounds by number 13, Claire Casey, the senior guard. North Royalton matches Lakewood's personnel a little bit with you look on the roster sheet here, and it's 2 forwards and guard. So, they will generally look to get out and transition a little bit. As that one no good, Garcia came up with the rebound.
That was great defense by Sydney Hampton. She, I thought her player had about a half a step on her there. And Kovac turned the corner really well, and I thought she had her by half a step, and she was able to recover, Sydney Hampton.
Well, a fantastic defender and a fantastic shooter from deep. It's Molly Henriksen. and Hampton, I think some of the quickest feet we've seen Coach Mike Harper this year, and she uses that offensively, but she is quite a tough customer on defense as well.
Absolutely.
Always one of the higher plus minuses when you go back and check the box score. She hasn't had the prolific scoring year this year, but she is a vital cog in this Lakewood press and on-ball defense.
Absolutely. And I don't think she has to score the ball to do what she has to do. She has a different role.
Absolutely. As North Royalton's on the board tonight with Brooklyn Gambino, one of those two sophomores in the starting lineup.
Gambino has really nice footwork there with that step through up and under.
It's hard not to travel on that one, but once you get that footwork down, a deadly move to get your defender in the air as a foul on Hampton, as it was Jenna Coatland coming in. 5'10" senior knocked Hampton to the ground, and Hampton will hope to knock down 2 free throws.
Yeah, you know, Coatland is she's a senior, and she's Coach Griffin said that, you know, she leads them in rebounding, so her presence in the middle will be important, but that's why Lakewood should attack.
First one up and good by Hampton. And, you know, and speaking of attack, you know, Lakewood really came out on fire against Holy Name the other night. They were determined, a 41-29 win over the Green Wave. As determined is Delaney Garcia's middle name as she pokes away that rebound from the Bears. What a cut by Garcia. That pass just a little long, but good vision from the sophomore and by Hampton to find her.
Absolutely. I like that pick and roll action.
Shot from the corner, no good. Shot from underneath, no good, and Lakewood will gain possession.
You can already see Brooklyn Gambino is a live body out there, you know. She's going to be a tough customer. They're going to make sure they box her out.
Garcia, the three-pointer, no good. Working it around.
Great cutoff by Hampton there.
Looking for answers against this Ranger defense. Rangers have been so good at getting leads in the first quarter and imposing their style on opposing teams that come here to the corner of Bunsen Franklin, as a bucket there will count. Hudak collides with Gambino, but Gambino will be the one going to the line to shoot a chance at an and one.
Yeah. Once again, you know, we see Gambino putting her mark early on this game.
And, you know, like you said, good footwork there. She did a nice job to finish that tough layup there. So I'm sure we'll see Gambino in the paint quite often before this game is over. Hudak stopped her dribble and found Garcia. Garcia looking for a cutting Pilgrim. Pilgrim puts it up. A good defense by the Bears to swarm on that one.
Yep. I like that, though. It's a good attack.
North Royalton working it around, looking for an open Bear. But in my experience, Coach Harper, you never go looking for a bear. Because you're asking for trouble.
Don't go looking for him and don't poke him.
True words, true words. Grant Graves, Coach Mike Harper, and Danny Arth with you on the Lakewood Sports Channel tonight. Glad you are tuning in once again. I know we got our loyal fans out there like Corey, MLB 2004, couldn't be here tonight, but is joining us on YouTube. Want to give a big shout out to everybody who's followed along this week and all season long, as Cindy Hampton's jump shot was blocked, and now it's Gambino pushing it the other way.
Good defensive
She's
play by Koblak there.
She's going to shoot the three there. No good, but good aggressive play from number 30. As a couple subs will get ready to check in for the Bears.
Yeah, Coach Griffin going to his bench early, huh? I guess we're halfway through the first, but.
Lakewood working it around here. Hudak spins, pivots, looking for answers. Pivots once again. Did a wraparound pass that was trying to find a cutting Henriksen. It was almost trying to lead her to the rim, but just a little too far out in front of the senior. He has a couple subs for North Royalton. Novi checks in. Number 20, Palmero checks in. They're going to change that call and say it's going to be Lakewood's ball now, and number 42, Lizzie Cutter, into the game for the Bears, as Jackie Hudak checks in for the first time tonight for the Rangers. Hudak gets to the middle. Garcia spins. That one blocked underneath by number 10, right into the game, Regan Novi.
Yeah, if Garcia could have had that one in her left hand, she might have gotten that up and in the hoop.
Yeah, when you expose it with the offhand there in that case, right? with the hand closest to the rim. That allows you to be susceptible to
She
the
uses
shot
both of her
blockers.
hands well, so
Right, you don't know if she didn't.
probably won't even be a thought next year.
You know, we were talking about, you know, as naturally the end of the season comes up, we were talking about the prospects for this Lakewood Ranger squad, you know, to finish out this year strong, and then obviously looking at the roster and things, because you and I, you know, we set up these games, and there's a lot of research and back and forth that we do during the JV games, but it feels like every time we look up, the JV's up 20, 25 points today. I think they won by double digits, and it's really promising. There's a great crop of talent in this class and in this program. And, Mike, that's to say that there are juniors that will compete next year, and there are starters in the lineup right now that are coming back for a second or third year on varsity.
Absolutely, absolutely. We coaches say that's a good problem to have.
Great problem to have. And Lakewood has been so good this year, Coach, at you know, buying into the roles. You know, the girls come off in shifts, and the girls are able to really lock into their role and know what their assignment is when they get out to the court. And you can tell because everybody plays fast and plays decisively.
For sure. For sure.
North Royalton works in there. No good. The shot from Novi up, but off the back iron, the senior, as Carroll checks into the game for Lakewood as well.
Yeah, Ava Curl, good. Cut right in the game. Good rebound. You see Coach Work going to her bench now, too, a little bit. We got Brigitte McKenna coming in.
Non-conference game, that's one of the perks, but also one of the things that you kind of have to do, right, as a coach. You got to manage the minutes. The GLC tournament is coming up, so you want to make sure that everybody's fresh and ready to go when tournament time comes in.
Absolutely. Getting that experience. Plus, you know, if you want to do like Coach Work does, and she's been pretty aggressive in her press packages.
Absolutely.
That takes a lot. So you need to keep the bodies fresh.
And it helps when you can bring players off the bench like Brigitte McKenna, who's in for the game right now, number 14, did a great job defensively the other night. She pops the jump shot, and that one is good. Right on cue, Brigitte McKenna into the game and into the scorebook.
I love it. Showing you she can do more than just defend, Coach.
She can. I've been incredibly impressed with number 14. She is quite the menace defensively and is not afraid to get her shot on offense.
She caused that.
But the most impressive thing about her defense is the fundamentals.
It is.
And you don't. I guess it stands out because you don't see as many players doing it. I don't, you know, back in the day type story. But again, like, she moves her feet. She is a classical defender. Coach Harper was at the game yesterday, but Coach Hayes and I were talking on the. Hey, and Molly Hendrickson gets on the scoreboard with a bucket there from deep.
She doesn't need much room.
No, she doesn't. But Brigitte McKenna is always in good legal guarding position. She moves her feet. She gets her hand right in the crossover, but doesn't reach. No back taps or anything like that. Just a solid defender. And she gets a block there. Brigitte McKenna do it all defensively.
Absolutely.
The Evan Mobley of this Lakewood squad. Bounce pass into Carroll. Threaded the needle. Jackie Hudak. Carroll's layup. Up. And good, and boy, what a pass and finish from Hudak and Carroll as they high-five heading to the bench for the timeout. That was a fun sequence there on offense by the purple and the gold. Got to be specific with the purple and gold tonight.
Right. That's true. It was kind of interesting because you saw Sydney Hampton throw a pass that she thought was going to be a turnover, so she threw it, and she turned to go back. It got over the defender's head and got to Jackie Hudak, and then Jackie Hudak saw the cutting.
Yes.
Ava Carroll for the layup there. That was pretty good stuff.
But those are plays you can't make if you're uncomfortable with the speed, and that's kind of what we were talking about. The jump is that everybody's been able to get a good amount of experience this year and carry that over from last year and just be more comfortable as a unit. And so you get highlight plays like that where somebody threads the needle because, oh, I've played with Ava so long, or I'm comfortable with the speed on varsity now, so I know I can fit this pass in there, where you might be a little more hesitant starting out.
That sequence right there, though, with those three players all in the same class, I mean, you know, they won a travel league championship back in 6th grade. So, I mean, they know each other extremely well. They've been playing together for such a long time. It's really good to see.
The chemistry is off the charts for this girls squad this year, going for their 12th win tonight. First time since the 2018-2019 season. Hampton will get the turnover here. Just a minute Under a minute remaining here on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Glad you are joining us. Carroll works it around. Hampton has it now, looking for an open Ranger.
I like that Hampton pulled it out, got it squared away.
Underneath it goes into Carroll. That one was blocked and sent away by the Bears. They'll come back the other way. Bears trying to push it, which is dangerous against the Rangers. And right into the chairs is a hustling Lizzie Cutter. What hustle from the junior guard, but wasn't able to save that one. Just 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Coach Griffin in his first year here, he's really trying to establish a culture. He says, he's got to do a lot of teaching, a lot of patience, but he says he really feels like they've gone through and learned some good stuff, and that it's just going to benefit them tremendously down the road.
And I think one thing that you see from this North Royalton squad is, they've gotten a couple jump balls so far. They've gotten in, and that was great hustle to the sideline. And as a young coach, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for your players to buy in to the system, and certainly in the limited 7 minutes and 54 seconds that we've seen the Bears, you can tell that they do. 6 seconds remaining. Bears are going to have to push it fast. All the way up it goes. Cutter's going to launch a three. That one partially blocked by Jackie Hudak, and a good defensive quarter for the Rangers, and it led to some good offense for Lakewood as they lead 13-4. And again, what a nice chance it is for us to call another Lakewood game and to see Lakewood continue their hot play of late. It's been a welcome sight here at Lakewood High School. Well, everybody, if you have a 8th to 11th grader in your life who loves to hoop, go ahead and make sure you sign up for the Hooper Showcase out at the Splash Zone in Oberlin. It'll be April 2nd and June 4th from 2 to 6 p.m. It's for 8th and 11th grade boys who are looking to compete in 3-on-3, 4-on-4, or 5-on-5 games. $99 per showcase, or $150 for both. Go ahead and contact Joe Sagine, the director at journeybasketballclub@gmail.com, if you're interested in getting out there to the Splash Zone and showing off your skills. And we saw some skills from the Rangers in the first quarter there, Mike. And what's been interesting to me calling these games this year and seeing the different lineups, sometimes it's not always the starting lineup or the same combination of players that, really gets Lakewood to jump out to a big lead. I thought that lineup there that just is now back on the bench, Jackie Hudak, Ava Carroll, Brigid McKenna, held their own.
You're showing your depth, that's what you got to feel good about, right? You're showing depth.
Oh, scoop layup there. Gambino really can get herself to the hoop and finish well.
That up and under drop step, that's a nice move.
Certainly a great play there. Hendrickson launches from deep, and that one is good. The record holder. Nice job by Hendrickson to drop in another three.
She is pulling it with no fear.
No fear at all. Hendrickson, as underneath, they're going to say Hudak got her before number 3.
Yeah.
Jenna Colton went up with that one, so that's going to be a baseline out of bounds.
Sam Hudak got caught on the backside.
Molly Hendrickson was 2 of 5 from three-point against Holy Name the other night with 19.7 rebounds and 4 steals. She filled it up, Coach Harper.
Yeah, she did most of her damage going to the hole. That was the interesting thing about her. So, her game is well-rounded. Her offensive game is really well-rounded now.
And that was the thing. I think adding that transition package and that layup package that she has now has been the natural evolution. But, again, she's pulling down, 7 rebounds the other night and going her own way. She was a plus 12 on the court with a lot of Rangers in the plus category as well. Gambino stepped through. No
Still
good.
Good
Lakewood coming the other way.
I like Sydney Hampton on her, though. That's good stuff. There you go, Sam Hudak.
Hudak around the rim and in. That one took a couple trips around the sun, but eventually that orange cylinder dropped in the nylon.
See, and we forget a little bit about the fact that probably through, the first 3-4 games or so, Sam Hudak led us in scoring.
Yes, and
she's very capable.
And that's one of the storylines I've been thinking about because, it's been, Molly Hendrickson, Molly Pilgrim, Delaney Garcia have had some nice offensive games, and we've seen them come on as late. But I think if you're a team that has to face Lakewood in the playoffs of the GLC tournament, you're watching the film maybe a little from earlier on in the season like, Oh, there's a sleeping giant waiting for us on the offensive end in the name of Sam Hudak, who can get to the rim and is shooting it better of late. You know, and you're looking at yourself saying, boy, what do I do defensively?
Absolutely.
And then you see her on the defensive end, and you say, boy, we got to stay away from her as well. Yeah. Really nice season Sam Hudak is having in the rest of this starting five for the purple and gold.
If Coach Work, you think, boy, you got some nice problems to have.
Yes. I'd be happy to confer with her on those problems any day of the week.
Yes, sir.
Molly Henriksen working. Nice job moving her feet. Gambino, tough stay in front of. Good footwork there. Layup just didn't go, as they're going to say that number 3, Colton was a little too. Yeah, Kotlin was a little. Was a little too physical there. But man, that up and under is something you don't see much anymore. You don't see that move much anymore. It's all Euro step all the time now.
We had a couple big men that could do it, but you usually see it out of a big man. You know, you get a ball in the post, up and under. But that's a guard driving, drop stepping, up and under. It's good stuff. I love it.
That change of direction is something that will really get you into a good spot. Lakewood having some trouble on the pick and roll tonight, which is usually their bread and butter, but they cannot get those passes to connect.
I love that Sydney Hampton and Sam Hudak are very opportunistic about the traps on the other end.
It's almost when I think it's most deadly, Coach Harper. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when it's not coach driven, right? Because when you are calling it out, it's too late. As Delaney Garcia gets fouled going to the rim there.
Well, that's high basketball IQ, right?
You got to trust your players to do it, right? Because we've seen some traps this year that have been uncalled for. But
true. But no, I mean that's high basketball IQ, right? We talk about that all the time, and we talk about opportunities when they arise. Kids need to be able to understand and do that, right? I mean, they need to be able to say, okay, well, it's not only the kid that understands, like, hey, the trap coming, but they're so in sync,
right?
Because they played together.
That it's almost on the offensive player. Okay, dribbling towards the sideline, check. Turning their back to the floor, check. Here we go.
Yep, it's the basis of the run and jump.
That's right.
That you see the back of that jersey, you're all on it.
All on it, and on it, Lakewood has been this year, looking for their 12th win of the season, the most since my colleague here was pacing the sidelines at Lakewood High School. That one, soft kiss off the back iron, and Livy Kovac in the scorebook, the sophomore.
That's the other sophomore getting involved.
Nice move there, and just got some air under that one and let the rim do the work. Working it around. Henriksen threw it to Garcia. Boy, you like that action. You like the potential of that action going to work around Garcia there because she can pop, she can roll.
Oh, yeah. And she can pass.
Oh, a three-pointer is good from number 34, Nina Kovalak. Knocking it in from the corner. Nice shot by the senior guard.
It's funny how a couple possessions can change momentum just like that, right?
Yeah, and credit to North Royalton. They're still shooting. They're not hesitating. They're not letting Lakewood take them out of their game too much, and all of a sudden, 9-point game.
Absolutely.
As Brigham McKenna will check back in for Sam Hudak. Pilgrim working it around the perimeter. So glad you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel. This second quarter is presented by Newcastle Roofing. As Lakewood holds a 9-point lead over the Bears. Bears on a little bit of an offensive run right now. Lakewood looking to get back in the scoring column as Henriksen was fouled on the drive there. And now it will be the Rangers inbounding it, sideline out of bounds. It will be Henriksen under her own basket.
Oh, yeah.
Garcia pops. Open for a second, but it's going to find McKenna. McKenna finds Henriksen, who was cut off. Wise move by the Bears. Garcia, the step back, no good. Pilgrim was able to jump and be acrobatic in the air, but not before she stepped on the touchline.
Garcia slaps her hand. She's like, well, maybe that wasn't the best decision there. But I like any kid that's got that kind of confidence.
Absolutely. The difference is Delaney Garcia can say to her, hey, I got a better shot in me. I know, right?
Absolutely.
Some shots you see, and no remorse.
Give her a year, though. She'll have that one mastered. I truly believe it. She's
the jump shooting is going to.
She's a true player.
Yep. And really works at it, too, always working on her game. I can remember coaching over at Fairview, and I would be getting done at the elementary school, and who would come into the gym but one Delaney Garcia, still in middle school, but getting ready for this moment, and ready she is, as a nice take there to the rim by number 13, Claire Casey, and the senior will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, Claire Casey, a senior, a captain on this team. Coach Griffin says he's got 6 seniors this year, man, and he's elected to make 3 of them captains.
And that'll pay dividends for him. That will,
Absolutely.
It's a tale as old as time. You got to let them grow before they can run. They got to walk before they can run.
That's right. That's right.
The Lakewood Sports Channel's on different. Tie up underneath. Good hustle by the Bears to gain an extra possession here.
I tell you what's kind of interesting. The JV coach over there for North Royalton, man. She graduated the same year as my eldest in 2015. She Division I college player at Youngstown State, and man, she was a handful. She terrorized us. Allison Smolinski. She terrorized us back in middle school.
You saw her walking into the gym tonight. You said, "Guard, get out! It was an old habit. As Henriksen knocks it in from the paint, and number 2 is doing it from deep and doing it from close range.
She can score it any way you like it.
Well, what an accomplishment to get an athletic scholarship. It just says a lot about a player. As Pilgrim provided little resistance there. Coach Work, not happy with that one.
You're looking for the help, but I tell you what,
sure.
Lakewood's got to do a better job of cutting off that first step,
They're reacting a little bit tonight instead of getting up, right? We're used to seeing them.
They are. But you know what? We're talking 3 games in 5 days.
Sure.
Who knows what the –
Well, you and I were sitting there watching the Cavs game the other night. We said to ourselves, boy,
yes,
those legs look tired.
Yes, sir.
Basketball is taxing as it gets. And as good as it gets, Claire Casey, number 13, knocks it down from deep, and Coach Work is going to take a timeout to try to regroup this Ranger squad.
See, there's your senior captain stepping up, and Claire Casey. That was a great shot, and really just turned the momentum on this thing, didn't it?
It certainly. You can feel the mood shifting here at Lakewood High School. We got a good little student section out tonight, good crowd, but the Bears doing their best to come off the bus firing and make life difficult for the Rangers. Hey, if you are looking to get any of your home repairs done here quickly, go ahead and give a call to LHS Physics teacher Dave Hilley, the owner of Newcastle Roofing and Remodeling. They specialize in residential roofing repairs, gutters, siding, windows, doors, masonry, skylights, and commercial flat roofs. Call Newcastle for a free quote at 440-930-2399 today.
Good stuff.
Lakewood coming back the other way. Just a 6-point game here, Coach Harper.
Yeah,
We're going to see Lakewood tested a little bit. And frankly,
great timeout by Coach Work.
Yeah.
You just want to stop the momentum, right?
Right.
You want to gather your girls in and settle them down.
And selfishly, I'm excited to see how Lakewood bounces back to this adversity a little bit, because most of the games that we've called from this perch have been Lakewood getting out to a big lead and kind of coasting from there. So this is good adversity to face come tournament time. And this is why you play those non-conference games. Gives yourself a little bit of a different look.
Absolutely.
Pilgrim rips through. Henriksen had it open for a moment. She drove in. Oh, boy. Molly Henriksen almost got an unbelievable finish to go, but instead she'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, Henderson went on the drive, and I truly believe there was a lot of contact in there. She probably got fouled the first time. But, hey, listen, when you got Avery Carroll there to clean up the boards, stay with it and get the ball back.
As Henriksen knocks in the free throw. 23-16 now.
Yeah, this is the free throw shooting. I remember a couple games ago, she didn't shoot the free throws so well. I think that was the Normandy game. But last couple games, she shot the free throws really well here. She was leaning back a little bit. I slipped something in her dad's ear after the game. He said, "You know what, Coach? She don't listen to me. You need to tell her. She don't listen to me."
Well, I think I have a theory for that leaning back, and just hear me out. But when you're Molly Henriksen, you're shooting the way you are from the perimeter. Sometimes when you release those ones so pure, you start to walk back to the other side of the court. So I think that lean has come from her shooting prowess from 3 this year. We'll have to confirm it with her.
Maybe so.
And
maybe so.
Secondary confirm with Dan.
Start,
nice cut. Oh,
you start putting style points on your form. I can't deal with that. Gotta go straight up and down. That's a jump shooter.
Right. We'll get the VHS tapes back out and get back to fundamentals.
Ray Allen taught us the way.
Wow, what a nice take by Carroll. And one. Ava Carroll, her second and one of the game. And we said it, Mike. What she just used that crease she had really well and got an angle and the leverage on her defender. And once that happened, there was no stopping her. They tried to foul her to stop her, but you can't slow down Ava Carroll.
Cannot do it. Ava Carroll, is a big man that's got good feet. Maybe that soccer.
Hey, listen.
He's got those soccer feet.
Anybody's listening. Hey, is soccer something? Yes.
I always like to throw you. A bone there.
That's
Coach
right.
Graves.
And I got to hold myself back. U.S. men's team playing in Columbus tomorrow for the World Cup qualifying. I'll be there. Face paint option.
They got a shot.
Oh, they got a shot to make it.
That's what
and for U.S. men's soccer, that is the goal. As the goal was denied by Garcia, but they're going to say she did it by fouling. And number 13, Claire Casey, the senior guard, will go to the line. Good to see North Royalton making the trip out here. Like you said, first-year head coach Clarence Griffin Jr. He's doing a nice job with this group, and not a team we usually see anymore. I'll throw it back to when I was in these shoes of the Lakewood Rangers. North Royalton used to be in the NOC, and boy, was the NOC. No pun intended. It was a bear. I mean, those teams down 71 are no joke, and North Royalton certainly was in there and in that equation. So it's good to see, the old conference teams playing together, and I think these two coaches and personalities of these teams match up pretty well.
Yeah, it is awesome to see them. They were tough back in the day, man. Like I said, Allison Smolinski, she was a handful. I had nightmares about trying to throw doubles and triple teams at her to get the ball out of her hands. And what was funny was the only year I coached up here at the JV level, that was our last year in the NOC.
Yeah, right.
So I only did coach JV, but going back to the middle school days before I came up to the high school, we were in the NOC for middle school, and so we would see them.
Sure.
And they were always tough.
Always
tough.
Always. The same thing for soccer, for baseball, and what a program North Royalton's running over there. We're glad to have them here at Lakewood tonight, and I don't miss those bus rides in the NOC. I look at our schedules now, and I say we're playing Bay. Great. Playing Rocky River. Great.
Yeah.
Playing
I
Fairview.
don't know, though.
Great.
No, what's worse than Buckeye? That's almost another state. Whoa.
One of my other favorite color commentators on the Lakewood Sports Channel once quipped, Buckeye's not bad. It's right off the highway. And I looked at him and said,
40,
right
45
off
minutes
where?
later, yeah.
Yeah.
And, hey, no offense to Medina Buckeye. Fine
No,
community.
great facilities out there.
Fine facility.
And we're glad to be playing
community.
them in the GLC. Some of my most memorable games so far, coaching and announcing in this conference, have been with Buckeye. As Buckeye saying, it's no Amherst. And some of the other ones that.
Yeah, Vermilion. Remember Vermilion back in the WSC days? Woo.
Yes.
Yep.
Sailor. Another purple and gold team there.
That's right.
As a conference will be had between the referees on this foul call here. Yeah. As this quarter
I wonder
is
what the
to
conversation is. Doesn't look like they explained anything to Coach Ork. Maybe she didn't need anything explained to her.
Certainly. As first one up and in, nice and pure from number, is that Kovalak? Yes, number 34, Nina Kovalak.
Another senior, one of the 6 seniors on this team.
As that one is up despite the chanting of Michael Burke in the front row. And Coach Harper, I remember a time when you were still coaching and young Michael Burke was dancing behind the backboards at the top of those bleachers.
Yeah,
some things never change.
I think he was back in elementary school there, him and his twin brother, wreaking havoc.
That's right, as Luke did the camera for us the other night, did a great job as that layup is up and good for number 10, Regan Novi. North Royalton going to show a little bit of pressure here. Garcia threw it to no one, and North Royalton will have it back. Chance to make this a one-possession game here.
Yeah, the Rangers need to gain some composure here. The press is not that hard. I'm not sure. Maybe just a little miscommunication on who should be coming back to get the ball.
As Lakewood works it there. Good defense by Carroll. Good box out by Hampton, but just slipped out of number 4's hands.
Yeah,
and that will go back to the Bears.
Great box out. Just couldn't come up with it.
There will be another baseline out of bounds here. Gambino turns, spins, can't find it. Nice cut underneath, and nice finish from Regan Novi.
Absolutely. Wow, man.
5 seconds remaining. 4-point lead for Lakewood. Carroll got all the way to the bucket, but it was rejected. Carroll gets tied up. The quarter will end. The half will end. And Lakewood and North Royalton locked in a tight one. 27-23, your Rangers lead.
Coach Griffin's got to be real happy about the way that last minute and a half played out.
Well, we were getting lulled into one of those Lakewood games where they turn up the heat, they force a couple turnovers, Molly Henriksen gets going, and then you look up and it's 15 or it's 20. But credit to the Bears, man. They really, really played hard and got to their spots in the second quarter.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with more Lakewood basketball here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Danny Arth will give us his Arth All-Stars at the half, and we will have the Rangers and the Bears coming up in a few minutes. All right, we're here with Danny Arth. Arth, a good first quarter by the Rangers, good second quarter by the Bears. That's why we have a close 4-point game here at the half. So who is your Arth All-Star for the Lakewood Rangers?
I got Molly Hendrickson. 11 points right now. She's shooting the ball very well. She's dialed in, and she's the real heart and soul of this team.
Well, Danny, I think she's been a repeat Danny Arth All-Star at the half because she has really turned it up and having a great senior year, and they're going to need her in the second half to keep the Bears off the Rangers' heels. And who'd you have for North Royalton as your Arth All-Star of the night?
Brooklyn Gambino. 6 points right now, and she really led the way. That's second quarter push.
Impressive up and under moves, some footwork down low, and some finishing at the rim, and she has really been getting the Bears some good looks, and she will need to continue that if they want to close this 4-point lead.
Definitely, yes.
Awesome. So thanks, Danny, for joining me. With the Arth's All-Stars at the half, we'll have second half action between North Royalton and Lakewood coming up here soon with just 2 minutes remaining for the halftime. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
Hey, want to tell you about Journey Basketball Club's Hooper Showcase that's taking on in Oberlin in the spring, April 2nd, June 4th from 2 to 6 p.m. If you're an 8th to 11th grade men's hoopers, they are looking for your 3-on-3, 4-on-4, or 5-on-5 team, and they want you to have a great time out there at the showcase. So give Journey Basketball Club an email if you're interested. You can contact the director, Joe Sagine, at the number listed below, and it'll be a great time out there at the Splash Zone in Oberlin, Ohio, as it was a splash zone in the first half for Molly Henderson, Coach Harper, but not a lot of other Rangers getting in the scorebook. It's kind of been that spread out scoring that Lakewood's used to.
Yes.
But I got to believe Coach Work's plea in the locker room was to have a little better shot selection in the second half.
Well, I think more so than anything, turnovers, not taking care of the ball at the end there, and you let a North Royalton team that you had them on the ropes a little bit, you let them right back in this thing, and it's going to be interesting, right?
Yes, and this will interesting we like. Lakewood Sports
yeah, the Rangers got to win, but
yes, right. There's some qualifications there.
Yeah.
We had a great game on the Lakewood Sports Channel the other day with Lakewood falling in overtime to Valley Forge. That was a great comeback by our boys Rangers.
Drive
nice
up
job.
and under, huh?
And the reverse from our own Sam Hudak. Got the bucket to go. Nice take by Sam.
Very nice.
As North Royalton will work it around the perimeter now. Into the corner it goes. Nice take, but fouled was number 10. Number 13, Claire Casey. She took a strong dribble and power step to the rim there. Third quarter is brought to you by Harrington Moving here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Glad you're joining us at home.
Yeah, Molly Hendrickson was just a step behind her on that one, and the help didn't come quick enough. That's the one thing that's got to happen. But North Royalton in their 5-out offense, they're really spreading them out and really taking opportunity on those driving lanes.
Part of the trouble has to be for the Rangers. We already talked about it a little bit, but North Royalton saying, hey, we challenge these Rangers to move their feet, get in legal guarding position, and with the schedule that Lakewood's have, it's a tall task tonight.
Absolutely.
Hendrickson going to push it the other way. 29-24, the Rangers lead. Hampton's layup no good, and they're going to trap on the sideline there. An elbow came through there, and they're going to say that number 23, Livy Kovac, stepped on the line.
Yeah, see, that was what I'm talking about. Even on, a non-made basket, they just have the presence of mind to throw that trap out there and get the turnover.
Right. Hampton working into the purple paint. Henriksen will launch from deep. That one no good. But Garcia challenged the rebound, and that went off the Bears.
See, when you set the single-game record, man, you get green light, buddy.
That's right. Offense stalls out. Well, we got him out.
It wasn't a bad shot. It's just a matter of, making sure her feet are set.
Absolutely. She's knocked down 2 triples already tonight. Nice take underneath by Hampton and finished in a tight window. That was impressive, Coach Harper, as she was able to get that thing up with 2 Bears in good legal guarding position.
It is. Now we see the diamond press coming back now.
Lakewood's got to do something to create just a tiny bit more offense, and maybe get an auto transition will lengthen this lead that they have over North Royalton.
I think it is a good decision on a made bucket to get in that diamond press. I like that.
And if you're Coach Work and you have to empty the bench a little bit and get some minutes to folks that haven't, started as many minutes, that's something you can do in this non-conference matchup. Kicks it out to the corner there. That corner shot is good. Number 34, Nina Kovalak, knocking down the pure jumper.
Kovalak hit a couple buckets at the end of the first half to help them out. So she's come alive, senior captain.
Hampton works. Pilgrim pops. That one off the back iron and in. Molly Pilgrim got it to go. Nice pick there. Nice curl into the lane and a set shot like you hear about. That shot from the corner is good, and Nina Kovalak is catching fire for the Bears.
Very nice shot.
As that one is tipped away and Kovalak comes up with it, but Hudak was
Hudak.
waiting. Ball's on the ground, but Lakewood is going to gain possession as Hudak got tied up with Kovalak.
I like that. I like that.
Hudak working it around.
That's what makes Sam Hudak so tough, man.
Absolutely. You can't rest around her
No,
for 1 second.
not at all.
Pilgrim working it. She looks. She stops. Hudak thought about a three, but Lakewood's got to get a little more movement off the ball here, Coach Harper. As another tough jump shot is taken by the Rangers, and now it'll be the Bears looking to get this one even closer, down 4.
Oh, very nice job by the sophomore getting back.
This one no good, but here comes Henriksen.
Got a hand in
Garcia
the
sprinting
pass
the
lane.
floor.
Absolutely, both sides, huh?
A block is going to be called on Kovac. And that is going to be to the dismay of everybody in purple and white.
Yeah, I think Kovac would have needed to sell that a little bit and fly if she was wanting to get that one. Feet weren't quite in position, so a good aggressive attack by Sam Hudak.
As Garcia sets the screen, she pops herself open. That shot is blocked. What a play by number 3, Jenna Coatland.
Yeah, Colin, what a great, great defensive play by her.
Coatland with a rejection there, and the Bears are doing a nice job on defense. What a play by Sam Hudak to get rid of that one before it was tied up. Henriksen coming the other way. Her scoop layup no good. And now the Bears have a chance to, as they are not going to like that call, as it appeared that the North Royalton was pushed out of bounds, but they are going to give the ball back to the Rangers. Head coach Clarence Griffin Jr. is upset with that one.
Yeah, the North Royalton side is getting a little heated.
Tough to see that one,
Yeah.
but we are up here. Nice job by Garcia to get open. She was contested there by Coatland.
Well, listen, that could be a makeup call, and they're letting them play. It's physical, right? Coatland's doing a great job there under the basket, though.
So they'll work it around. McKenna has it now. Lakewood, when they get in the half court, just a little stagnant tonight, Coach Harper.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
But they have plenty of combinations that would result in good looks.
I mean,
that baseline out of bounds was a perfect example
Yeah.
of Garcia. That's a shot you like, but just a credit to Coatland not giving up on that one.
That's absolutely right. And but you have to, like I was saying, you have to give North Royalton credit here. They have.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the sophomore.
What a move by Delaney Garcia. We have an old-fashioned
sophomore.
post duel going on between Gambino and Garcia. Choose your favorite step through. Pilgrim underneath. Her shot no good. And, boy, it's getting physical down there, Coach Harper.
They're letting them play. They are letting them play.
All the way on the other end. That one sent right to Pilgrim. And Molly Pilgrim will take it the other way. Cut off by Gambino. Now it was Hudak that stopped. It was Gambino that reached, and she will be assessed the holding call. As with how physical it's been, that's only the 3rd foul of the quarter there.
Yeah. Well, they're letting them play. They're not. They're swallowing the whistle a little bit, as they say. Nothing wrong with that. I tell you, I like to let them play. A lot of times, in any basketball, players lose control of their bodies and stuff, and they try to sell things that may not naturally be theirs. So, I mean, by right, I mean, if you're a ref, you need to clearly see the contact
Sure.
if you're going to call it.
And again, you may call one that you see and you don't call the one that you don't. You just got to be consistent. That's all they're asking.
Yeah, no anticipation of anything. See the contact, make the call, right?
As Garcia works,
Garcia
and
going
boy,
to work.
Coach Harper, if this team's going to come back, it's because Delaney Garcia has been padding their lead.
They're
going to say that went off Gambino and give it back to the Rangers.
Yep, but that was a classic case of Gambino being out of control right there. Great play from Molly Hendrickson not making contact on that one. Man, go back to Garcia for a second, though.
Oh,
that's 2 solid
we were talking
post
about
moves.
heat checks before the game. This might be the time.
Wait a minute, though. That's 2 solid post moves and using the offhand to finish.
What a move by McKenna around the back and knock it home. Pregame McKenna.
Didn't I say a couple games ago she got some offensive prowess? I've seen it.
That was a stop. Where'd you go?
That was like Kyrie, right?
That's
Like,
right.
Stop that. Bam.
Pregame McKenna, boy, has he been watching the mixtapes on YouTube. Pulls out the behind the back. That's the one you do. That's the one you do at practice. You know, hey, you got a half an hour, get some shot. You go, okay, one day I'm gonna do this one. One day I'm gonna do this one. And boy, did that work out well for McKenna. It got this crowd going.
Yeah.
It got the team fired up. They were high-fiving her, pushing her around when they got back in the
Oh,
home.
absolutely.
And all of a sudden, it's a 10-point lead.
Absolutely.
McKenna and Garcia doing it all.
Absolutely. I was watching the boys' game yesterday. A kid named Miles Harper had a little, like, quick stop back behind his back, pull up. That was pretty slick.
And
I like to
it
think,
was quite the call.
I like to think his dad taught him that one.
Hey, I've seen that move before. And, that was such a fun comeback last night. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Well, and it's great. Valley Forge boys, they've only had one loss in conference to Parma, right? And so for some reason, 2 games in a row, we've played them so extremely well and just came up on the short end of things, right?
Oh, the reverse no good, and that was because Delaney Garcia played some excellent legal defense. McKenna the other way. That layup no good. Collision underneath. Garcia ended up with it, and they're going to call a jump ball. As North Royalton will inbound here. As that one goes out of bounds. As I think
they're doing a great job.
I think everybody checking their phones right now. Look at the student section. Look at the student section go crazy. It's a snow day for Lakewood High School tomorrow.
I didn't even know it was snowing out there. Where have I been? Jeez. I had no idea.
Oh, my Lord.
All right, back to basketball.
Principal Mark Walters was down there as well. And this student section's going to go crazy.
Hopefully the girls' team thinks it's all about them.
Girls are going to come back in the huddle and say, boy, we're playing good.
What a great hustle play by Pregame McKenna right there, right?
Oh, boy, yes. As the North Royalton players go to check if they have school tomorrow now, too. Somebody might want to take a 30-second timeout. North Royalton will take it the other way. A 10-point advantage for the Bears. Hendrickson dives on the ground. And that one is tied up. And they're going to call a jump ball.
Going to Lakewood?
That will be Lakewood's way.
Nice. What a game. I love the way Lakewood is kind of taking control here.
Yes, you could see they're a little bit of the more mature squad, as we talked about in the opening, and they're certainly not panicking when North Royalton was making their run. Basketball, it's a game of runs.
See, that's the next evolution of Sydney Hampton there. She drew two defenders, and she had a nice little scoop pass to Garcia there.
This one being worked around. North Royalton trying to find answers to this Lakewood run. That one from the top of the key, no good. Garcia got tied up underneath. and Gambino and Garcia all over the ground, and that's going to be Lakewood ball.
Yeah, it's getting a little physical under there.
That was kind of a scary confrontation there with people getting tied up.
Oh,
Garcia's going to pop deep. No safety help over the top. This looks like the Chiefs and the Bills. Carroll got knocked over, and they're going to call a foul there. Ava Carroll was bumped. I couldn't believe it the other night. I said, how are they getting these passes over the top?
I tell you what, man.
I know. You got friends back in Buffalo who are tuning in tonight.
I doubt, man. I'm on a group golf text with 10 Buffalo Bills fans. Can you imagine?
And you said one Kansas City guy.
Yes, and one Kansas City guy. I said, can you imagine the debauchery?
A classic like we've had so many times on the Lakewood Sports Channel this year. Glad we're joining us. Presented by Harrington Moving.
I think there's some conference about Delaney Garcia. Is there some conference about Delaney Garcia?
I got to believe it's blood. She's wondering if she's got to come out because blood on the uniform would have that, but they're going to say it's all good.
Maybe it was passed and they saw it from before. She does have some tape on her finger, so I think she's good to go.
That can happen, but the refs are going to let that one go as they explain it to Clarence Griffin Jr. I think Clarence Griffin Jr. wants an explanation on a couple different things, but they only get one. Some confusion here as we're getting this figured out. We want to tell you about our friends over at Harrington Moving. They are owned by veteran and Lakewood alumni Dan Harrington, and they can get to you around the corner or across the country. You can count on Harrington Moving to get you there. They offer packing, unpacking, moving, and storage services. Call Harrington Moving today for your free quote. As that contest underneath just a little bit too physical, and it's Garcia who was the center of the controversy there. We'll take the free throw.
Yeah, Garcia had 2 on her on that one, and she took them both up to the rim. Beautiful thing, beautiful move.
Garcia going to line up the first one here. First shot up and good as Lakewood extends its lead to 11.
Sophomore against sophomore there. She's taking it to her. They have both been going at it, but it's been impressive to watch her and Gambino go at it.
Nice shot there by Garcia. As the Bears will work it around. That one got tipped, and Hampton almost had a chance at it out of bounds, but no good.
Yep. Good deflection there. Just didn't grab that ball on the way out.
Lakewood will line it up here. North Royalton gets it in, going against this Lakewood defense, organized and ready.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about last game, seeing Carroll and Garcia on the floor together.
It gives them a little different look. They're used to having that versatile guard lineup, but when a team is having success at the rim, North Royalton has a little bit tonight. You got to put Carroll and Garcia in there, and usually those runs end.
I like it. I like the versatility of the lineups to be able to do that.
Yep, gives you a little different look on offense too.
Yep.
The ability to play through 2 post players.
Absolutely.
Student section coming alive. They're energized by having the day off tomorrow. If you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel, we can break a little bit of news. You don't have school tomorrow. That layup no good. Another step through. Nice job as Garcia, tough rebound, and rip through there against
Great
number 42, Cutter.
She does things like a senior sometimes.
Sure.
She really does. Just
because
to watch what she does.
Yes.
That rebound right there, most sophomores are going to get tied up with that one.
Right, or bring it down. Right, yep. And she's been she's had a couple of, high pressure, high intensity plays here in a row, and she's just staying composed, doing what she needs to do. Nobody boxed out. Number 3, Jenna Cotlin, and that's too easy for the Bears. 10-point lead the Rangers have now.
Yeah, well, North Royalton's not going away, right?
Working it around. That layup no good. Ava Carroll can't believe it. But as the clock winds down, the Bears and Rangers will head to the bench with Lakewood up 41-31.
What a game. This has been
a great
really
game.
Good,
and
really
it's been
good.
full of emotion and, some intensity from both sides. That's all you're asking for when these 2 non-conference teams get together. On Saturday, we'll have our opening round game of the GLC tournament. It'll be Lakewood and it'll be Fairview. Really proud of the Lakewood girls. They earned the #1 seed in the GLC East, which means they will pretty much be home most of the way and alternate against the West schedule. So they'll play the lowest seed in the West, that's Fairview, and then they'll move on. We'll have the bracket for you on Saturday so you can take a look at what's coming up for the Rangers, and we'll keep you updated when those times get filled in. But really, just a great accomplishment. You know, you start out your season, you say you want to play well in conference. You want to be competitive and get people minutes. And that's your first goal. It's a great stepping stone for Lakewood. But you see they're coming out on it tonight. They played Saturday. They played Monday. They're playing again today on Wednesday. And it's not a conference game. You pretty much have the conference wrapped up. You got the #1 seed like you wanted.
Yep.
I haven't seen anybody playing less hard. I haven't seen anybody playing with less intensity. It's a credit to the team and the culture.
No, absolutely, absolutely. It's a maturation in this team. They've really grown up. It's good to see.
Lakewood will take it the other way. Now it's Hampton directing the offense for the last 8 minutes of this one. 10-point lead for the Rangers. Henriksen curls off the screen, and she is fouled underneath, and Henriksen will go to the line to shoot a pair.
That's the next, I'd like to see her a little bit sometimes. I trust her mid-range games a lot more. There's some times where Henriksen can get into the paint and she can pull up, and she's got such good touch. Boy, you're talking about a 3-level scorer there, boy. That's a killer.
Yes, Henriksen knocks in the first one. Henriksen back to the line. Lines this one up. That one is good. Henriksen knocking in both free throws to extend this lead to 12. North Royalton is in the torture chamber here as Hudak stuffed that one, but they're going to say that number 10, Molly Pilgrim, is just a little too physical.
That's okay. We'll take that one. You'll take that one.
Fairview's got a snow day too, so everybody's having a great night here on the Sports Channel. I want the student section to get up for that. As North Royalton dribbles it along the sideline there. They get it off to Gambino. Thought about a 3. Going to drive against Hudak. Nice take by Gambino and good defense by Hudak. They're going to say that number 3, Kotlin, fouled Hudak, and they're going to take it out of bounds.
Gambino. The young sophomore, she won't miss that next year. That was a good drive. She's done such a great job attacking the rim. And there's Sam Hudak again, right?
Yep.
Everywhere.
Yep. And credit to Hudak. She's picked up a couple fouls in this game, but she knew if she just forced Gambino off the center a little bit, that layup was going to be hard to go. And on point, on center is Molly Pilgrim. Found herself open under the hoop, and she was found. And a steal by Lakewood again.
Well, the great thing was
Pilgrim from the corner. She's going to think better of it. Drive in, couldn't get the layup to go.
I like the idea.
That was a good idea.
That's what you're supposed to do. Put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. Ow.
As a foul there, we'll get the ball to North Royalton.
Good sportsmanship by Henriksen. She knew she
always.
She made a good NFL style tackle there.
I've always appreciated that about Henriksen because she knocks down her fair share of threes and is a great offensive player, but she always does it with a smile and just the nicest demeanor.
Oh yeah,
as well.
She's enjoying the game.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. As a foul is called there, and Hampton will be assessed the foul.
They call Hampton on that one, huh?
Henriksen works around, guarding Gambino. Gambino steps through. It's Hudak now. Pilgrim defending. Cotlin's shot no good, and Lakewood pulls it down, leading by 14. Almost 6 minutes remaining in this one.
Yeah, this is where I'd like to see us, make sure we get the shots we want now. This is the time. You've gotten a 14-point lead. You got some time. You need to get off the clock. Let's not take any shot we don't want to take.
Yeah, absolutely. As Hudak working around. Nice shot by Henriksen. There's Pilgrim. Open again. Molly Pilgrim. Left-handed finish. And it's a table of 1 under the hoop.
That's twice that North Royalton's lost track of Molly Pilgrim. And the great thing is Molly Hendrickson's had her head up looking for her teammate for a couple easy layups.
Sure. As Lakewood will.
Did she not, Molly Pilgrim, did she not turn in her credentials to North Royalton? You do realize that a few games ago I scored 19.
Yes.
Like
I don't know if that maybe Coach Work scrubbed the film on that one, but
you guys are out here leaving me open like I didn't score 19.
But Mike, that is a credit to how well balanced Lakewood has been this year. We talked about Sam Hudak at the jump. We talked about Delaney Garcia. Ava Carroll's coming along offensively. You can't write a story of this season without Molly Hendrickson. But then there's a player like Pilgrim and Hampton who have good offensive skills, and the game becomes easier for them because of obviously those issues with, that you have to deal with defensively if you're the other team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll see North Royalton get a good time out there and try to gain some composure here. Coach Griffin was talking about his team, and he said, he's like, yeah, we've just had a little trouble putting the ball in the hole. And I got to be honest with you, man. I think they've done a great job. Great job tonight of scoring. It's just a matter of a really stout defensive effort from Lakewood. That's the thing I've been most impressed about these last handful of games we've done. Defensively, we got ourselves some fouls. We're a physical team, but they come at you.
They certainly do.
They come at you, and credit to Coach Work and her staff, man.
Absolutely. A big credit to the consistency and the culture of this Lakewood squad. Approaching 5 minutes remaining in this one. Carroll knocked the ball away there. North Royalton looking to stop the Lakewood run, a 16-point lead the Rangers have now. And number 34, Nina Kovalak's got her second three of the night. Nice shot there.
So we got to run Kovalak off the spot, right?
By the junior. And she did that one with little separation, as so did Ava Carroll underneath the hoop. She's having a great game with that new number. This is like Jordan in 45. Coach Work incensed by, and I got to tell you, Coach Harper, we've been to my fair share of high school basketball games, and Coach Julie Work is one of the more agreeable coaches I've seen. Does not like to mix it up much with the officials, and that one really got her going.
Yeah, well, if we're honest, though, Sam Hudak was a little reachy on that.
Sure.
One. Little over-aggressive. But, hey, I get it.
Absolutely. Spin there.
Stay down. All beautiful defense.
Really good. McKenna works. She gets in there, and the long arms of Brigham McKenna are going to influence that shot, and Lakewood throws it ahead. 49-34, the Rangers lead.
Good job by Sydney Hampton. See, slowing the pace down. Let's milk some of this clock. It's good stuff. Not to take any shot we don't want to take right now. Looking at all layups.
They'll work it around. Just approaching 4 minutes here. Lakewood with a 15-point lead. And I think I jinxed North Royalton earlier when I said, this is, Lakewood usually, is able to get their leads up and keep building. As Pilgrim is open again. Molly Pilgrim. Open underneath the hoop, and the Lakewood Rangers have found her each time.
You guys, stop leaving me open.
Hudak works. But a credit to the Rangers, because they were lulling a little bit. They allowed the Bears to get back in it. They have seen a big improvement in their ability to widen this lead here in the second half.
Of all the physicality that it's been happening, that was a little surprising foul right there on Brigham McKenna.
Absolutely.
But, I understand the refs are trying to keep control of the game.
Yep.
Really credit to Lakewood, man, in this last first half of the fourth quarter. They really just came out and took it to North Royalton. Yeah,
they came out of the halftime. I think Coach Julie Work wanted to impart upon them how important this game was to tune up for the tournament.
Absolutely. We finally got our student section sitting in the right place, too. I I watch our student section every game, home game, sit in the wrong place. They should always be at the visitors' end.
Yes.
So, because second half, that's the hoop they shoot at.
Yes.
I'm not sure why the memo is.
Well, I have a couple of notes for the student section. Number 1, cheer. Yeah, we have to do the screen time lock on the student section's phone come playoff time so they get into it. But we love that our students are passionate about Lakewood athletics, and here tonight and every night. You can come out on a night like tonight, you really care about the purple and gold.
Oh, absolutely.
(51-34). The Rangers lead this one, as we want to tell you about First Federal of Lakewood. They are rooted in the communities they serve, and they are a proud sponsor of Lakewood High School. They have been taking care of the personal and business banking needs of the Lakewood community since 1935. Visit ffl.net to learn more today.
It'll be interesting to see if North Royalton gets into their press package now. They got to start making some things happen.
Hampton will take it out here. 15-point lead
for the
Rangers.
Court. I like it.
And a trap.
That was slick. That was a good call by Coach Griffin right there. I was thinking,
yeah. Oh, they're gonna. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a soft.
I haven't seen
three.
you get fooled too many times.
Yeah.
on these broadcasts there.
Well, I kind of expected it more in your face.
Yeah, right. Just with the moment and the time and score.
Down
absolutely.
15, it's time to get all over it.
As Hudak knocks in the first one.
But, this is a good way, too, doing your three-quarter court press. You don't give up easy layups, right?
No.
If you have a young or a team that's not as experienced in, what you do press-wise.
Yes.
Then it could be a track meet for Lakewood.
Right. As Gambino works it around. Found her way to Kovalak. Kovalak's three, no good, but a nice-looking shot. Pulled down by Kotlin, but taken away by Pilgrim, who threw it over to Cutter.
I wonder if her arm got hit on that one.
That jump shot no good, and a jump ball between Garcia and Kotlin.
Good. Man, the sophomore's been so stout,
Mm-hmm.
It's
just one of the more dependable players in your lineup.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Maybe they'll have a good night, or maybe, hopefully they step up to the moment. You don't have to worry with Delaney Garcia.
No, I just, my hope for her is, because she struggled a little bit with some injuries, my hope for her is that, she can finish out the rest of this high school career healthy, and if that happens, man,
it'll be one of the good ones.
She'll be one of the better ones to ever do it here, for sure.
Absolutely. As Henriksen's going to work some clock here, just 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining, and Henriksen turned away. And she'll say, that's fine, I'll revert back to the timeline and give this one a hold, as she does right here. Gambino D'ing her up.
This is interesting. We've been able the last few games to see Lakewood in their last-minute stall package. And and what I think is most important about that is that, when you have a team that's inexperienced, if you watched them last year when they got a couple of these trying to stall the ball out or something.
There were some games, we worked.
Then you saw a lot of turnovers, a lot of bad passes, a lot of bad decisions. But, man, they're so on point now. Look at that. Look how seasoned they are.
Nice jump. Look at that. Working off 2, but Gambino just too tough getting her hand in the passing lane. She's going to stop and hit a 3. No good. As it was rebounded by Kotlin, but they're going to say she traveled.
Guess who was in there being pesky and making her travel on that one? That would be Sam Hudak.
Yes, Sam Hudak. What a job by the junior.
Fantastic.
53-36, and like we said, GLC tournament coming up here, Coach Harper. Is there anything you would do, practice-wise come tournament time? Do you get back to your plays? Do you add a few more sets? How do you get the team ready for playoffs? Because in a couple different sports, the practices kind of change as the moment changes and the season changes.
We talk about it all the time. I think, especially around the first half and the second half of the season, it's such a long season, and to keep kids motivated, it's just whoever figures it out should write a book on it. They'll be a millionaire. But I'm sure that Coach Work may have something, new that she wants to throw out there. But, I mean, for the most part, man, you just want to get better at what you do. And you can still get better at what you do. And, keep shooting a lot. Shoot a ton. I don't know if you need to reinvent the wheel, right?
No, you do not.
I think what's interesting is that the girls aren't used to playing 3 games in 5 days. So, what do you do to get ready for Saturday? Do you give them a little time off?
Sure. That's a good question.
I don't know. I may, when I was in charge, I may have given, since tomorrow's Thursday, I may have given tomorrow off, practice on Friday, and let's get at this tournament.
Yeah.
You're playing a lower seed on the other side. You're the number one seed.
Or maybe some film or what have you. Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe some film tomorrow. Nothing too hectic. Get the legs some rest.
I think the player's saying, hey, if we play well tonight, we won't have a long film session tomorrow.
Yeah, but then now, here's the other kicker too, right? We just got a snow day, so.
Sure.
Now you're going to be trying to tell these kids maybe practice a little early. Try not to get them out of bed. Teenagers like to sleep till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
No kidding.
I don't know. Well done by Coach Work and her crew today, man. They got nip and tuck for a minute, and the Rangers showed their poise.
Absolutely. As that free throw up and good, going to extend the lead to 18.
Just very impressed with this team. We kind of knew back in 6th grade, once these guys became upperclassmen, this version of these seniors, these juniors, and then even the sophomores behind them, that they would be good. But it's awesome to see it come to fruition. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and they have really done it night in and night out. As an offensive rebound there, Hudak ties it up, and with just 42 seconds left, there's no stopping Sam Hudak.
Might be almost time to empty out the bench here, huh?
Yeah, just 30 seconds remaining. You'd think you would see some of those reserves. Glad you were able to join us tonight on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood, Harrington Moving, Newcastle Roofing, and
I don't know. Sometimes as a coach, you're looking for the other coach to concede, right?
Absolutely.
But who knows?
Who knows?
Play it out. Like I said, though, I was really impressed with the especially the 2 sophomores, man. I think a couple of seniors stepped up big. I thought Colin did a fantastic job.
Yes.
And with some of the defensive plays she had in there, and then we saw Nina Kolak get hot for a minute there and hit a couple big threes,
yes.
And so they made it interesting. But the sophomores, the 2 sophomores, and Gambino and Kovac, I think. I hope I get to see them in their senior year, because I think they're going to be.
It'd be great to keep them.
They're going to be really good ones.
8 seconds remaining. 56-36. Gambino got inside. She was fouled. Coach Work can't believe it. And Gambino will go to the line with just 5 seconds remaining.
Gambino, that was a great up and under, great pump fake. Great pump fake by Gambino, man. She's done such a great job getting to the rim today, and her up and under, her footwork, her the way she's been able to get to the rim and draw fouls, or and I think she's had a couple that she just hasn't been able to finish. But man, things that she will not miss next year and the year after. That's why it would be a joy to get to see her again. Tough, hard-nosed player. I like that. I like that about her.
As we will tick down to double zeros here at Lakewood High School. Lakewood 56, North Royalton 37. It was a good one on the Lakewood Sports Channel, and the next time you'll see these Lakewood Rangers, it'll be in the GLC tournament. We can't wait for that. For Danny Arth, Mike Harper, Grant Graves, thanks for joining us tonight. Enjoy your snow day tomorrow, Lakewood students. And have a good night. Go Rangers.
Go Rangers.